You too. How's it going? Long time no see. It's the end of the year. In fact, it's actually, at the time of filming, December 20th. And I wanted to do a video that I've been seeing other creators do, and that is making a tier list of all the books that I read this year in 2025. So that is what we're gonna do on today. And then I'm thinking in January, I'll do what I read in November and December kind of combo video, because I know I haven't uploaded anything for November. Sorry, I just have not been wanting to film or really do anything. Seasonal depression is depressing, okay? So anyways, although it's a beautiful sunny day outside, loving it, yeah, we're not having a really great time mentally, but that's okay. I'm gonna hook up my phone to my PC to act as like a webcam kind of situation. I'm gonna screen record my screen, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with this tier ranking. Hopefully it's good. Okay. So what I've done is downloaded all of the album covers. These are not album covers. I've downloaded all of the book covers that I've read this year, and I've uploaded them into Tier Maker, and we're gonna make a tier list. Traditionally, a tier list is basically an S tier, which means absolute best. A, B, C, D. I'll do an F tier, just means funky, bad, horrible, we hate it. Okay, so these are all the books that I've read this year. I also have included a couple of the books that I finished this December so far. I'm way over my reading goal, so I don't really have to worry about, you know, reaching a goal. I'm kind of like just chilling right now for December. So now I'm going to show you the tiers that I have come up with. At the bottom, we have Rather Mop the Ocean. Basically, these are my 1-star books I really, really hated and wished that I DNF'd. I would rather mop the ocean than have to read these books. I wish I would have known beforehand. The next one is It'll Do, Donkey.
That'll do, Donkey. That'll do.
This basically just means that it was good. Yeah, it's tolerable, it's acceptable. I don't really love it. These are going to be my higher, maybe like my 2.75, 3-star books. And then we move into I'm Full, which I'm full just means that I'm satisfied. I thought it was good. I enjoyed my time with the book, but it wasn't something that I'm going to rave about to others. So these are going to be more 3-star, maybe even 3.5-star books. And then we move into, okay, Slay, which means, yeah, she was good. She was fun. Like, she really did what she had to do. These are going to be my 4-star books, 4.5-star books. Our last one is You Will Always Be Famous. I will take no criticism on. I don't want to hear your bad review, because these are absolutely S tier, 10 out of 10, no notes. They left it all on the table, okay? Rent was due. The landlord was banging on the door, okay? The IRS is right behind them, ready to take them to jail, and then they released this book, and all was forgiven. Those are the books that are going to go in that category. Okay, so I have like over 70 books to get through. So we're going to get through these, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Our very first book is A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Lang. I read this book back in March, I think, and was obsessed with it. Loved her. I'm going to put her in Okay Slay. Like, that was such a good book. It's a YA book. It is a Chinese fantasy kind of thing. Loved her. So good. Ace of Spades. Now, I read this in February. This is a Black author. I like this book. The further I get away from it, the less obsessed I am with it. It hit a little close to home on some of the themes, for sure. But I liked it. Basically, this one is about 2 Black students at an all-white, like, Ivy League school. And then weird stuff kind of starts happening to the 2 Black students, like very much giving racism kind of vibes. It was good though. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna put her, let me make myself a little smaller. I'll put myself right here. I'm gonna put Ace of Spades. I'm gonna put her, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put her under Okay Slay. It was good. I think I rated it 4 stars. Our next book is All Systems Red by Martha Wells. Yeah. You Will Always Be Famous. I loved this book. It's a sci-fi like novella. It's super short. I think if you have a male in your life that doesn't like to read, I think this would be a really good option for them, because some guys are like, I don't want to read, that's girly. That book is super fun, super good. It's now a TV show on Apple TV starring one of the Skarsgård brothers, and I was obsessed with it. This is basically about a AI robot in the future who one day hacks into his module basically, and now he is sentient basically. He has feelings, he has thoughts, he has things he likes, things he does not like, and it's about him and his journey on kind of like what does it mean to be human, which is really interesting and fun. But also they're just like fun little adventure novels. Super, super good. Obsessed with Murderbot. That's what he calls himself. Love him so much. He's so real. Like, he's so real. He just wants to like watch soap operas and not be bothered by people. Like, so true kink. Next one. All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. If you know me, if you've been watching my videos, you know how I feel about this book. Incredible. So good. I will never shut up about All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. It is truly one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. Like, I don't even know. Like, I really don't know how to like describe to y'all the feeling that I got when I was reading this book for the first time. If I could erase my memory, that's one of the first things that I would want to read again. If you're someone who likes Criminal Minds, CSI, things like that, you'll really, really love this book. Also, if you're just a true mystery thriller lover, again, you will really love this book. It's incredible. I've read 2 of S.A. Cosby's books so far, and I cannot wait to get more into his back catalog. I read his new release this year, which, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that too. King of Ashes. Oh, sorry. Wrong window. Also, You Will Always Be Famous. S.A. Cosby does not miss. Every book that he writes is literally flame to paper. Like, he's incredible. I love S.A. Cosby. Everything that he does, he can do no wrong in my book, genuinely. He's one of my favorite authors, and I've only read 2 of his works. That's how incredible his writing is. Please go out and read S.A. Cosby. Buy a book. Like, I go to the bookstore and buy a physical book so we can get that cash, because he needs it. He deserves it. I'm gonna move my mouse around, and then whatever we land on, that's the book that I'm gonna choose. Okay, so we're gonna do 3, 2, 1. Where's my mouse? Oh, Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I read this book pretty recently and I loved her. I'm gonna go with Okay Slay. Loved this book. If you like The Summer I Turned Pretty, Every Summer After is the book for you for sure. Super good, super fun, super summery. The writing is very immersive. I know for Carly Fortune, people either really like her writing or they don't like it at all. I really like her writing. Never Lie by Frida McFadden. Okay. Me and Frida McFadden have some beef a little bit, but not for real. It's very one-sided on my part. Frida McFadden to me is an author that if you just need a book to read to kind of maybe get you out of this reading slump, maybe you just want a book to bring on vacation with you. She's a junk food author to me, and I know that sounds mean. Maybe it is. I don't really care. But she's just like, it's good, but I know it's not good for me and my brain. Like, I never feel like, oh my gosh, that was an incredible book. I've never felt like that. The first book ever that I read by her was The Boyfriend, which I read that last year. My first book ever by her, and I was gagged by that book. The second book that I read by her was The Inmate, which we'll get to eventually. And I was like, okay, this book was better than The Inmate. However, I still think that it was good. I'm going to put it under I'm full because I was satisfied by the ending. I thought it was crazy. I actually forced my friends to listen to this book when we were driving home from the beach over the summer, and they all liked it. Even the boys were like locked into the story. So I'll give her some P's and Q's for that. Frida McFadden, even though I read a lot of her books, and I'll probably continue to read a lot of her books, I know what I'm getting, and I'm not expecting like incredible work. Hold on, my mom is calling me. Okay, sorry, my mommy called me. For our next book, let's do the same thing. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Can't get an... Oh, I haven't even read this yet. Okay, actually, this is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I actually have not read that yet. I accidentally added that in there. Okay, so we're going to ignore her. And we're going to choose again. Boop. One Golden Summer. I'm going to put her under You Will Always Be Famous. Specifically because of Charlie Florrick. Need that. Loved this book so much. It was a great second book, interconnected with every summer after, so the characters will make reoccurrences. You get updates on the other couple. So good. Even though there are things in this book that I have issues with, mainly on Charlie's side, it was still incredible. And I will never shut up about One Golden Summer. It's so good. It was so summer, and the vibes were just really there. We're going to look away, and we're going to choose this guy. That's the bottom. Let's just go up. Songbirds and Snakes. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Miss Suzanne Collins. Now, in preparation for Sunrise on the Reaping, I went through and read all the Hunger Games books, including The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes for the first time this year. And I'll have to say, I actually really liked it. I think I rated it 3.5 stars, maybe 4 stars. I don't remember. But I'm going to put her under I'm Full. I was satisfied. I liked the story. I hate Cornelius Snow. Like, he literally deserves everything bad on this earth, okay? And let's just go ahead and do the Hunger Games too, because I reread that. You Will Always Be Famous Hunger Games. As an adult reading that, I was like, I cannot believe I read this book at 11, 12 years old. Really, really loved them. A lot darker, a lot more serious than the movies do, because the movies are PG-13. These books, low-key, would be rated R if they were made exactly like the book. Truly. Incredible reads, though. Great commentary on the political systems, on poverty, on the rich. Like, super good. Love the Hunger Games. If you have not read the Hunger Games, even if you are an adult, I think even though they are for young adults, can really stretch to all age groups. Really, really good. And since we're here, might as well do Sunrise on the Reaping too. I'm going to put her under I'm Full. Again, I'm satisfied, liked it. I will always think the Hunger Games books were a perfect trilogy, and anything extra is simply that, extra. I did like Sunrise on the Reaping. I liked learning about Haymitch and his story, and we get to know why he is the way he is when you read the original series. However, is it needed? No, but it was fun. I had a good time, and I don't really have anything that bad to say about it. Can I do portrait images? There we go. Let's do that. Now y'all can see that a little bit better. The Wrong Finer Following by Whitney, I think it's Amazing. Girl, I don't know how to say this woman's last name. This was good. I'm going to put it under It'll Do Donkey. It was not bad. I actually liked this book. I think I rated it 3 stars, 3.25, something like that. It just wasn't life-changing. It is a fall romance book, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't life-changing at all. So that's just how I feel about that book. And then now we're going to choose one more. Let's do Great Big Beautiful Life. You Will Always Be Famous. Actually, I kind of wish I had a category in between You Will Always Be Famous and OK Slay, because it's a little bit more than OK Slay for me, but it's not as far as You Will Always Be Famous. However, I did love this book, obsessed with it. I loved the pink cover specifically from Barnes & Noble. I think it was super slay. I love that our female main character in this book is tall. Shout out all my tall baddies. It's mainly up there because they kept knocking knees under tables, and because Hayden, the male lead in this book, was also super tall. And Alice was super tall, and they kept hitting knees, and I would scream every time they would hit knees. Oh! Obsessed. Actually obsessed. Let's do this one. This is called Duet for One by Martha Ann Toll. I got this as an ARC. I found it on NetGalley to read for free, and it was so good. I'm going to put her under OK Slay. This is about a musician whose parents were also musicians. They were world famous, traveled the world, and his mom passes away. So the book is kind of about the grief of the son, the grief of the father, and also the son kind of trying to find an old love that he lost because of his mother. I thought it was super good, very introspective, character driven. The way music is blended into the story as well was beautiful. I loved this book so much. Definitely go check that out for sure. And it was a slay. It was a slay. Now let's do a book that I would rather mop the ocean than read again. And that would be You Again by Kate Goldbeck. I literally hate this book. I wish I'd never read it. I wish I DNF'd it, actually, like, genuinely. I wish I DNF'd it. Also, it made me not want to watch When Harry Met Sally, because it is a retelling of that movie. That's how bad I hated this book. It low-key ruined the excitement to watch a movie that the book was based on, that's how bad I hated it. Literally, if you read this book and you liked it, please tell me what you liked about it. Please. Because I'm struggling to understand why it has such high ratings. And I do have a review of this book, and I have a vlog of this book. You can watch that to see my full thoughts. Horrible. Hated that book so bad. Like, actually so bad. Now, as far as a retelling that I loved, First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, a retelling of Sleepless in Seattle. This was a slay. Loved her. Aiden, he had some issues. I had some beef with Aiden, but he came correct. I understand where he was coming from. Lucy in the story, loved Lucy. She knew what she wanted. She was not taking no for, I mean, she would take no for an answer, but she just wanted communication. She didn't do that weird miscommunication thing where she overhears something and like spirals on her own. She directly went and was like, hey, what did you mean by that? Immediately. And I love that. It felt very real. Well, First Time Caller. Let's do another book that I thought was, okay, it's cool. That would be Easy as Pie by Karina Taylor. This was like one of those Amazon Unlimited books, which I will say not all Amazon Unlimited authors are bad authors. This was just okay. It's a friends to lovers romance. It wasn't anything special. Yeah, I don't really have that much to say about it because I really don't remember a lot about this book. I know it's about a girl mechanic, slay, and a male doctor, and they've been friends forever, and they are like fighting the urge to like fall in love with each other or whatever. It's pretty classic tropey, but it wasn't incredible. Like, you don't have to go out and read that book at all. Okay, let's do another book that I low-key didn't like. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is my first Sarah J. Maas book that I've read. It's low-key probably going to be my last Sarah J. Maas book that I'm ever going to read. I just don't really have a lot of desire to read her as an author. I also don't think that I am a fantasy girl. I'm gonna try again to read more fantasy books. Like, A Sonnet on Rivers is technically a fantasy, but it's also more so historical. Like, it's based off real people. Throne of Glass, like, it wasn't bad. Like, I wasn't like, this is the worst thing I've ever read in my life. But it'll do. Like, it was fun. It was acceptable. I didn't really understand the hype. Although I have not read more of the series. I have a few friends that really, really loved the whole series. And they rave about it being better than like ACOTAR. But yeah, I just don't see myself reading a lot of Sarah J. Maas's works. I just don't think she's for me, and that's okay. Let's do a book that I read recently, which was called As a Last Resort by Kristen Wallett. Now, I got this as an ARC through NetGalley, and I really liked it. Technically, it was a Friends to Lovers, but kind of like a second chance as well. The classic city girl has to go back to her hometown, and she, runs into her best friend's brother kind of thing. I like the setting. I like the storyline. I like the characters. It had some good representation on like alcoholics, complicated relationships with your parents, that kind of thing. I thought it was good. Let's do another Frida McFadden, The Housemaid's Secret. It'll do, donkey. It was okay. Do we need a sequel to The Housemaid? Which, let me find The Housemaid. The Housemaid, I'm full. I don't think The Housemaid's Secret was a necessary book. I'm not going to read the third book or the other novella. However, The Housemaid, it was good. I was satisfied. It's a classic domestic thriller. I'm excited to watch the movie. It just released. I think it came out today, or last night. Very excited to watch it in theaters. I love Amanda Seyfried. I do not like Sydney Sweeney. But I'm going to watch it for Amanda because I love her. And she's an incredible actress. Hopefully Sydney Sweeney can show some emotion in her acting. Like anything in her acting. Let's do a book that I was loving. It's Elementary by Elise Bryant, and we're also going to do The Game is Afoot and I'm Full. So these are book 1, book 2. So It's Elementary is about a single mom, and she is all of a sudden the lead in the diversity program at her daughter's school. And then some weird stuff starts happening. The principal ends up disappearing. There's a lot of drama, a lot of mystery. It's really good. And The Game is Afoot. Mavis, our single mom, her daughter is now in soccer, and so now there's this mystery because the soccer coach falls dead on the field, and so Mavis starts kind of looking into, some of the moms, the MLM kind of things, and it's really good. Both of them are very entertaining. They're very funny, and I love the anxiety representation that Mavis kind of shows. I think it's told in a way that's very realistic, and also because I love Mavis's boyfriend, and his name is Jack, and he's such a sweetie pie baby, and I love him so much. And I don't want to spoil anything in case you want to read these, but Mavis, please lock in. please. I'm gonna do another It'll Do Donkey. When I first read Once Upon a Time in Dollywood, I was like, okay, slay. After I've been away from it from a little bit, I'm actually not that in love with it. I did not like our main character. She was super annoying. She was very immature. I did like our male lead character, although he kind of was a doormat a lot of the book. When he finally put his foot down, I was like, finally. But their relationship was weird to me. I get the trauma aspect of it from our lead, but yeah, this was not a great book. And I don't know if I would say, yes, go ahead and read that. If you come across it in your library, yeah, pick it up, but don't buy it. Is that mean to say? Probably. The cover though, gorgeous, stunning, beautiful. We love her. Another book that I would rather mop the ocean, How to Sell a Romance by Alexa Martin. Horrible. I hated this book so much. Not as bad as I hated You Again, but I did not like it. The only redeeming factor of this book was the fact that it was trying to dunk on MLMs, which I agree with. MLMs are schemy and predatory. I did not like the romance. I did not believe the romance. I did not like our female lead. Like, I hate to say she was dumb, but she was really dumb. Lucas, I think his name is, the guy in this book. Is that his name, Lucas? I don't really know. Don't really care either. He had some sense, but then he was still like, oh, well, you're still beautiful and hot. And bro, I hate them both, actually. One Day by David Nichols, slay. The TV show, also slay. Also, I'm so happy I read the book first before I watched that show, because I was able to not crumble into a pile of tears because of the ending. Is that a spoiler? Sorry, you should have watched the show. I think One Day is actually a horror story. Like, that's not romantic at all, really. It's a horror novel. Let's do Allie Hazelwood, Two Can Play. This was the only Allie Hazelwood book that I read this year. And I'm going to put it under, actually, controversial. I've read one other Allie Hazelwood book, which was The Hypothesis. What's the blue one? The Hypothesis Experiment? The Love Hypothesis. Thought that was very fan fiction-y. Very okay. I would also put that under It'll Do Donkey. I didn't hate it, but I did feel like I was reading fan fiction. There's got to be one Allie Hazelwood book that I'm really obsessed with and that I love. I don't know if I'm her target reader, which makes me sad because I want to love Allie Hazelwood. But something about her writing just really irks me sometimes. I think one of them is like, oh, he's so big and strong and she's so small and tiny. And I hate that because I'm not a small and tiny woman. I think, is it because I'm triggered? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's do a book that I really loved. This is a book that I will never shut up about. I read it in January. I will think about this book several times a month. And that is The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I read this with my friends. We were all sobbing and snotty and destroyed by this book. This is my first book that I ever read by Kristen Hanna. And she immediately, off this first novel, slotted herself in my favorite authors of all time. Love Kristen Hanna. Love The Great Alone. My perfect fan cast of this book. The daddy's gonna be Milo Ventimiglia. What is his name? Ventimiglia? Like, he just looks like he'd be an abusive father. I mean, look at him. Look at that mustache. That is the mustache of an abusive father. The mom, I kind of want to go Jessica Chastain. And then for Lenny, I'm thinking Sadie Sink. Yeah. Studios, hit me up. Our next book that I also really loved, and it was a slay for me, Normal People by Sally Rooney. Love this book. Again, this is a horror novel. Several times while I was reading this book, I was like, is this play about us? I loved that book because it really made me infuriated for the characters, much like One Day. These are kind of the same book, but different fonts. Normal People felt so real and modern to me. I'll probably reread it again next year because I'm insane and like torturing myself. Okay, the next book, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. When I first read this book, I was like, absolutely yes. I read this in February. Almost a year later, I'm actually now looking at It'll Do Donkey, I think, which is kind of controversial, but I loved it when I first read it. When I think about it now, I don't think about this book a lot. if ever. Some things about it worked for me, some things didn't work for me, and I just don't have that much to say about it. You know what I mean? So it's just okay. It's acceptable. I had a good time when I read it. There's some beautiful lines in this book, but I feel like I like the side characters more than I like the main characters. I mean, the cover is gorgeous. Like, please look at the cover. Stunning, beautiful. That is a handsome man. Yeah, I just don't have that much to say about it. It's good. I wasn't obsessed with it as I thought I was going to be obsessed with it. It's a beautiful story. The weight of it, almost a year removed, it's not hitting the same in my brain. In contrast to that, Before I Let Go by Kenny Ryan, You Will Always Be Famous. Kenny Ryan, she ate that up. This was such a personal story to me, which I don't have children. I've never been divorced. But this felt so personal to me. I loved Yasmin. I loved Josiah. The kids were annoying, but kids are annoying. I loved this novel so much. I have more books on here because I realized that I forgot some. What was I talking about? Kenny Ryan, Before I Let Go. Incredible 6-star book. I will never shut up about that book. It literally, I think about it all the time. Loved her. Also a book that I really love, You Will Always Be Famous, The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. This is a memoir / essay collection about things from Teddy Roosevelt all the way to Diet Dr. Pepper to Greenland to random songs that John likes. I loved this book. I want to reread it again so I can annotate it. It was so funny, so witty, full of heart. He wrote it during the pandemic, so there's chapters where he's kind of considering like his own mortality, and John Green is an amazing writer. I also listened to the audiobook of the version of his alongside the copy from my library, and reading it in his voice too just added to the story. I really loved The Anthropocene Reviewed. My Sister's a Serial Killer by Oyukin Braithwaite. It'll do. This was such a hyped book, and I was like, that's it when I read it. It's not a thriller. It's marketed as a thriller. It's not a thriller. It's a literary thriller, I would say. But it's not even that thrilling. It's about the sister of a girl who is a serial killer. She's killing her boyfriends. And I love my brother so much. So much. And I would do anything for him. However, it gets to a point where I'd be like, brother, you're pushing it. I can no longer be a part of this. It's very short. It's like a 4-hour book. It gets so much hype. And I'm like, for what? It was so boring. It was annoying. Anyways, whatever. Let's do a book that I just read recently. I Who Have Never Known Men. It's a translated work. I just finished it like literally last week. Incredible. It really sticks with you. It low-key was trying to put me in a reading slump. I had to pivot really quickly into something fast-paced so I wouldn't feel depressed. It's literary. It is a mystery. It is speculative, dystopian, about a girl who's truly never interacted with a man in her entire life. She's underground, and then one day the gates are opened and her and the 39 other women that she's been living with in this bunker are allowed to go outside because all the guards are gone. And so now they're in this world and they're having to navigate being in this world, like all these women. Very interesting. I'm still thinking about it, like trying to theorize about it. Loved it so much. Let's do Memphis by Tara M. Stringfellow. It'll do donkey. That book is low-key black trauma porn, and I cannot get down with that, to be honest with you. In fact, we're just going to move on because that's how I feel about that book. It was a good read because it tells important stories of black women. However, next, did you hear about Kitty Carr? I'm full. It was good. If you liked The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, you might like Did You Hear About Kitty Carr? If you like Great Big Beautiful Life, you might like Did You Hear About Kitty Carr? Kind of like that kind of vibe of story, but with the black family. The God of the Woods. We're going to put her under I'm Full. It's marketed as a thriller. It's not a thriller. This is a literary mystery, crime procedural. It's not like fast-paced. It's a very slow, character-driven novel. Much like Long Bright River, I would also put it under I'm Full. I think I rated God of the Woods 3 something, and then Long Bright River 4 stars. Both of these are very character-driven. They're very slow. They're not thrillers. They have you under a little bit of suspense, but it's not like a traditional thriller like maybe All the Sinners Bleed or King of Ashes, where it's like, you know, the action starts from page 1. It'll kind of sneak up on you. Both of these books by Liz Moore are very good. Long Bright River is now a show on Peacock with Amanda Seyfried, and The God of the Woods is actually going to be on Netflix, I'm pretty sure, as like a mini-series, which I honestly think The God of the Woods will work better as a TV show than I do think it works as a book, in my opinion. I hope that it looks like something similar to like a David Fincher film where it's kind of dark and gritty. God of the Woods was not violent at all or anything like that, but it's just the premise of it is kind of dark and kind of mysterious. So hopefully they really lean into that side of the story. Let's do a romance book. The Divorcetante. This is going to go under It'll Do. Wasn't incredible. Nothing to write home about. I did have a good time with it. The next book is This Might Hurt by Stephanie Warble. I found this book in a free little library. I'm going to put her under I'm Full. It was satisfying. It was good. If you like culty kind of things, if you like Shutter Island, if you like Everybody's Weird kind of books, you really like that. I was kind of like, gagged at a couple of the twists in there. I enjoyed it. Wasn't incredible. In fact, it's in this pile of books behind here to go back to the bookstore or free little library or whatever I'm going to do with them. I'm not keeping it on my shelf, but it was good. Next, let's do another arc. First arc that I ever got. And this is Good to See You by Bella Purcell. And again, I'm Full. A second chance romance. It's about a girl who's a photographer, left an abusive partner, came back home, and now she's trying to start over again. Very good. The arguments in this book are some of the best that I've read in a romance book. Really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. It felt realistic. I like the characters. The author's a sweetie. I was satisfied with my read of that book. Let's do James. So James is a historical fiction book. It is a retelling of the adventures of Huckleberry Finn. And I'm going to put her under You Will Always Be Famous. This book has won so many awards, and honestly, it deserves more. Incredible read. Very important. Loved this book so much. Let's do another Black historical fiction. This is Yellow Wife by Sadika Johnson. I'm gonna put her under Okay Slay. Loved her. Devastating. Like, I am disgusted. So good. Sometimes with books like this, I have to like really be careful because I don't want to, you know. If you know, you know. This is about a girl who's a slave, and right before she turns 18, the master is going to grant her her freedom. The wife of the master, who's jealous of her because the girl's mom and the master had a child together, and that's the girl in the story, and he's always loved his daughter. Although she's a slave, like he treated her very, very well. When he's out of town, the wife of the master sends her off to the slave jail, which is based off of a true story. It's a fictionalized, but it's based off of a real jail, the Lumpkins jail in Virginia, where she's forced to marry the slave owner of that jail. And now she has to kind of like figure out how to get back to her freedom again. She loses her boyfriend, husband kind of thing. Very good. There's a scene in this book where I literally had to I was reading it and had to close the book. Because I literally cannot read on this page. I cannot read this page. It's such a good book. Let's do all of our Black historical fictions. Harlem Rhapsody. It'll do. If I ever see W.E.B. Du Bois, it's on site. It's on site. And also, low-key, this girl, I had a lot of problems with this book. It was entertaining, but I had a lot of issues with this book. Also, Jesse, you know that man is married. He's cheating on his wife with you. And you're going to be mad at him because he's cheating with another woman, too? Pick your battles. Girl, come on now. The House of Eve, also by Sadika Johnson. I read this a couple months ago. I'm going to put her under I'm Full. I saw what was going to happen immediately by the second act. It was good. It just was not as strong as Yellow Wife. Let's do The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Now, when I first read this book, I low-key did not like it. As I'm moving along from it, I'm like, okay, it was kind of a slay. In a perfect world, I would put it right in between I'm Full and Okay Slay. But I'm just going to put her under Slay. No, I'm going to put her under The Other One Left. I'm going to put her under I'm Full. This was insane. This is a book you have to read with your brain off. If you start asking too many questions, it'll be ruined for you. Just read the words on page. Don't comprehend it, okay? Just read it and have fun. I think this would be a hilarious Lifetime movie. That was kind of the vibes of this book. It was not incredible, though. Okay, let's do Artificial Condition by Martha Wells. This is a slay, too. Another Murderbot story. We get introduced to a character named Art, and she's kind of like Murderbot's little AI assistant, and they kind of have a friendship. Love them. So, Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I read this over the summer. Perfect summer book. Perfect beach book. Perfect lake book. Obsessed New York City in the summer, billionaire romance. He buys her favorite coffee chain. Like, what more could you ask for? It was nearly a 5-star book. I rated it 4.75, I'm pretty sure. There was just one or two little things that I was like, that's annoying. Other than that, love. First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. Now, I read this, I think, in the summer. It was good. I'm full. Little thriller, little identity thing. Fun. Wild Dark Shore. You will always be famous. Incredible. So good. So eerie, atmospheric. There's a little thriller mystery thing going on. It's a little bit of a romance, like a forbidden love kind of thing. The audiobook of this, chef's kiss. It sounds like Chris Hemsworth is reading to you. Let me say that again. Basically, Chris Hemsworth is reading to you. So good. It's so good. I will definitely be reading more by Charlotte McConaughey. Her pen game is fire. I felt very immersed in the story. The way she sets a scene is stunning, beautiful. Loved Wild Dark Shore. So good. Also, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Yeah. 25 out of 5. Incredible. I cannot wait for the movie to come out next summer. This deserves all the hype that it gets. It truly is that good. I will say the audiobook does increase your experience. If you can get the audiobook, please read it with the audiobook. Shout out to Space. For real. Hey guys, so after this point, I completely forgot to move my face cam. So some of the book covers are going to be covered by my head. So sorry about that. My bad. Okay, let's get back to the video. Let's do Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. This was a weird book, but I liked it. But it was also weird. It's also a movie. The movie is also weird. I think I like the movie a little bit more. The book was interesting. The movie is better. If you like a weird little book, Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer is for you. Rather Map the Ocean, North of the Sunlit River. In fact, I actually DNF'd this book at like 12%. It wasn't good. I hated it, actually. Okay, Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I'm full. It was good. Wasn't bad. I don't have that much to say about it. I kind of guessed what was happening about the 50% mark. It was a fun time. None of this is true. Where is it at? Slay. Like, slay the house boots down. Like, this book was so good. The audiobook paired with the physical copy, chef's kiss, super good. If you like books where every character is crazy, None of This Is True is that book for you. The next book we're gonna talk about, Audrey and Bash Are Just Friends. So cute. I rated it 5 stars. I don't think it's always gonna be famous, but it is a slay. This book was so cute. It's a YA romance. Very good commentary on the invisible child. Very good commentary on the quote-unquote gifted child from a formerly gifted child. I felt very seen, and I'm almost 30 years old, okay? I was like, ooh, that's hitting the old wound. Very, very good. I liked her. Mickey 7, super fun, slay. Like, loved Mickey 7. So funny, so good. Want to watch the movie, too, with Robert Pattinson. Next, we'll do The Lock Ward by Sarah Pekkanen. I'm going to put her under It'll Do Donkey. I liked the premise of it. I didn't love the execution of it. My Friends by Frederick Backman. You will always be famous. So good, so sweet, so heartwarming, sad, emotional. I loved My Friends. Want to read more by Frederick Backman. I'm going to read more by him. Like, it sneaks up on you. It's so good. It's about friendship. Obviously, it's called My Friends, but it's also about chasing your dreams. It's also about finding your place and feeling like your true self. I loved My Friends. It was so good. Let's do the favorites. You will always be famous. Obsessed. Like, actually obsessed. I could not put this book down. Apparently, it's a retelling of Wuthering Heights, which I do own. I love the favorite, so I'm excited to read Wuthering Heights, like, get the ancient text and read it for what it is supposed to be like. The podcast element of it, documentary style, is similar to, like, None of This Is True. Very good. Loved her a lot. The favorites is something I would reread. Super good. Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. I read this at the beach. Slay. I was gagged. Like, gagged, actually. It's one of those books where I was reading, I was laying down, I was reading, I said, it's like, and what more could you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, so good. Revolve by Ball Cabra. I'm full. If you like a college hockey romance, that's a good one. Also, it's a series. I don't know if I'm going to read the other books, but that one was good. I got it as an ARC. Thank you to Berkeley for sending me a copy of that book. Pugs and Kisses. This was another I'm Full. It was good. Classic second chance romance. 2 black veterinarians set in Louisiana. Had a good time. And there's dogs. Who doesn't love dogs? The Wedding People. You Will Always Be Famous. I love this book. 5 stars. I hope there's a special edition that comes out of this book. I will be purchasing it. I might just buy it because I kind of want to reread it again. Let's do Kristen Hanna. Okay. The Nightingale. Slay. The Woman. I'm Full. The Nightingale's a slay. It's going to be a movie with the sisters, Dakota and Elle Fanning. T casting, like incredible casting. Yeah, and The Women was great. Also, I really enjoyed it. I just love Kristen Hanna, to be honest with you. The ending felt a little gimmicky to me, which is why I moved it down to I'm Full. The It Girl by Ruth Ware. It'll do. It was okay. It wasn't great. It actually has gone back already to a free little library where I picked it up from. Game On by Kai Stevens. This was another ARC that I got from NetGalley. We're going to put her under It'll Do. I wasn't gagged by it. I did like that it was a cheerleading football. Like, that's very classic. It's also set in Nashville. We've been to Nashville like a ton. So that was fun to like see landmarks and things. It was okay. It wasn't like insane. Dark Matter. You Will Always Be Famous. Probably one of my top favorite books that I've read this year, for sure. So good. And it is a thriller, a sci-fi. It is also a love story. The love of one's family. Dark Matter is so good. People say it's overrated. I don't agree. No. Very, very appropriately rated, in my opinion. Next, Promise Me Sunshine. Shy. Okay. Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. We're going to go under I'm Full. It was good. I was crying. Don't get me wrong. Because I have lost a lot of people in my life. It's about a girl whose best friend has passed away of a terminal illness. I have a best friend that passed away from a terminal illness when I was very young. And it was healing in a lot of ways and very beautiful and cathartic. And I really liked it. Second Ties to Charm. Again, I'm Full. This is about 2 black marine biologists. It's a second chance romance, which I normally am not a second chance girl. It was good though. It was fun. It's a lot heavy on the shark knowledge though, which I do love sharks. However, I was like, I want more romance than I do shark facts, you know? So This Time Tomorrow, slay. When I read this book, I also read the afterword from the author. Sobbed my eyes out. She wrote this in honor of her father who passed away, about wanting to go back in time and spend time with him again and like relive those moments from her childhood. I finished this book, literally called my parents, sobbed to them about how much I love them and care for them and like thanked them for all that they did for me. And they were like, are you good? Which was funny, but they were like, okay, Lauren, we love you too. All right, The Inmate by Frida McFadden. It'll do. I low-key would have put it under I'd Rather I'm Off the Ocean, but I don't feel that violently about it. Frida McFadden has the innate ability to write the dumbest female characters, and it kind of bothers me. Like, women are smarter than this. If you just want a quick little read for the beach, again, Frida McFadden is your girl for that. The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. Honestly, it was a slay. I really liked that book. I thought it was fun. I liked that the characters, they were above the age of 30. Love that. Single dad trope. Love that. He's also British. Love that. It's about a writer, and they kind of make a bachelorette kind of show based on like popular book archetypes, like the bad boy, the nerdy guy, the grumpy guy, the sunshine guy. Super fun. And then This Could Be Us. This is going to be controversial kind of, but I do feel this way about it. I did not like that. I rated it 3 stars. It felt so cheap to me. Like the self-love journey Soledad was trying to go on. I did not like the way she treated Judah. It felt like she was using him. Also, I wish we learned a little bit more about Judah. Also, the epilogue of this book really irritated me bad. Like, bad. The epilogue literally made me take a whole 1.5 stars off of my rating. And I'm not joking. I did not like this book at all. So those are all the books that I read this year. You Will Always Be Famous. We have All Symptoms Red by Martha Wells, S.A. Cosby, All the Sinners Bleed, and King of Ashes. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. So I have the Hunger Games trilogy. We have The Great BBL by Emily Henry. We have Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. James by Percival Everett. Summer in the City by Alex Astor. Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. My Friends by Frederick Bachman. The Favorites by Lane Fargo, The Wedding People by Allison Espach, and finally, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. If I can recommend you any books in this book, what? If I can recommend you any books to read for 2026, definitely make these ones your priority in my Always Be Famous category. Incredible. Love them so much. Now for my slays, like, these were good. I also would recommend these too. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna move Ace of Spades down to I'm Full. These I would also recommend for sure, 1000%. First, we have A Song to John Rivers by Anne Lang, Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, Duet for One by Martha Ann Toll, First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, It's Elementary by Elise Bryant, One Day by David Nichols, Normal People by Sally Rooney, I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman, Gala Wife by Sadiqa Johnson, Artificial Condition by Martha Wells, None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, Audrey and Bash Are Just Friends by Tia Williams, Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton, Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica, The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, Emma Straub's This Time Tomorrow, and The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. For I'm Full, satisfying books. Good, did what they need to do. Never Lie by Frida McFadden, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, as well as Sunrise on the Reaping, both by Suzanne Collins. As a Last Resort by Kristen Wallet, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, The Game is Afoot by Elise Bryant, Did You Hear About Kitty Carr by Crystal Smith Paul, Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Amide, The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, and Long Bright River, also by Liz Moore, This Might Hurt by Stephanie Warble, Good to See You by Bella Purcell, The House of Eve by Sadiqa Johnson, The Only One Left by Riley Sager, First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston, Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, Revolve by Bal Cabra, The Women by Kristen Hanna, Pugs and Kisses by Farrah Rashan, Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone, and Second Time's a Charm by Chandra Bloomberg. These were good. Now, our last ones, It'll Do Donkey. If I'd ever read them, the world would keep spinning. The Wrong Kind of Falling by Whitney Amazine, Easy as Pie by Karina Taylor, Throwing the Glass by Sarah J. Maas, The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden, Once Upon a Time in Dollywood by Ashley Jordan, Two Can Play by Allie Hazelwood, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams, My Sister the Serial Killer by Oya Kim Braithwaite, Memphis by Tara M. Stringfellow, The Divorcetante by Mia Heinzelman, Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria Christopher Murray, The Locked Ward by Sarah Pekkanen, The It Girl by Ruth Ware, Game On by Kai Stevens, and finally The Inmate by Frida McFadden. And my last 4 books, these are books I'd rather mop the ocean than read ever again in my entire life. In fact, if I could delete these from my memory, I would. Number 1, You Again by Kate Goldbeck. Garbage. Hated it. How to Sell a Romance by Alexa Martin. Didn't believe in romance. Hated it. North of the Sunlit River. What are you even talking about? Hated it. This Could Be Us by Candy Ryan. Specifically that epilogue. Hated it. Disgusting. Bye. Okay, so those are all the books that I read this year. That's my tier list. All right, so those were all the books that I read in 2025. I read 78 books. I kind of feel like I missed some books in my ranking, I think. I did. I'm looking at one right now. Well, the book that I missed that I will tell you about is called This Time Next Year. I don't remember the author's name, but I'll put that under It'll Do Donkey. It wasn't that great. Also the movie, Garbanzo Beans. So bad. Not good at all. Thank you so much for watching today's video and seeing how I ranked all of my books. And thanks for watching me this year. I started my YouTube in February of this year and I was doing really good. I've kind of fallen off towards the end of this year, but hopefully 2026 I will feel ready to get back behind the camera and make more content, more videos. I really enjoy making YouTube videos. It's a lot of fun for me, more than I like posting on Instagram or posting on TikTok. I really enjoy YouTube as an app that I open every single day, multiple times a day. I love YouTube and I hope to create more. I hope to finally be able to purchase a real camera. That way I feel more equipped for a YouTube channel. I know you don't have to have like fancy equipment and stuff to have a good YouTube channel, but I think for me, having a dedicated thing that I can use would be helpful for me. Thank you for watching today's video. If you liked it, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell, that way you're notified every time I upload. And I will see y'all in the new year probably, unless I just pop out a new video randomly, but I'll see you in January. Bye!